Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios, this is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Hey,
Epi?
yeah.
Are you cutting words down like a zillennial?
No, stupid.
Chopping your words down, sir?
Okay, that was a horrible start.
Okay.
It's episode 278 of this grown man show called In the Building from the Texas Cheer Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. Good morning, everybody that watches or listens to our show live. Thank you very much. Welcome. If you are watching it live, that means it's Wednesday in your world, and welcome to People I Want to Punch Wednesday. Hey, what you watching Wednesday? We have another big announcement today. Rudy and I were just saying we may have to make our show longer with all the stuff we have to promote. We have so much coming on, which is good. These are good problems.
Great problems.
First world problems where we may have to go longer. So what is your, like, when you listen to podcasts, do you get tired after like 20 minutes and no matter how good it is? Or can you stick with like Joe Rogan's shows are like 3 hours? There's no way I can do that.
I can't do 3 hours. I got too much going on in my life.
It would take me a month to listen to a 3 hour podcast.
I don't have time. And again, I think people listen, is 15, what we learned in radio, 15-minute intervals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why it's important to, drop clips here and there so people can go back and see what it is they want. But no, I can't do at the most, like at one sitting, only because I'm a busy man. I could do 30 minutes, 45 minutes at night. Once I'm done with everything, at most I could do an hour. So I like
I like that we're right. I like
we're 60. In and out.
That's good. 60's good.
Because attention span, again, if you know anything about the world we live in, short content rules.
For sure.
mean, I have my Facebook set up to where it's a business page. And I can see my analytics. And let's say I post a minute video, I can see when everybody cuts out on the analytics. And right about 15 seconds, most people cut out. Now, they might still like the post, but they only watch it for about 15 seconds. And then you even think, like, since we're on YouTube, they give you this commercial, right? But then after 5 seconds, they allow you to skip an ad.
Right.
So as the company, because this, they can skip your ad after 5 seconds. You really have 5 seconds to grab everybody's attention.
Right.
And that's going to determine whether they watch the rest of that commercial or not. Right. So I like us at an hour. But now, if we end up getting a few more sponsors, which we're working, we may have to go a little longer. We may have to take a Viagra and last a little longer.
I heard Jerry Seinfeld say this last year somewhere, and like we always blame our kids for the short attention span. No, we're all like that.
We're all
like that. We just didn't know it till technology turned into what it turned into.
Right.
Like even Jerry's like, I'll go see a really good stand-up comic, and for like after an hour and 15, I'm like, wow, this guy's great. I want to go backstage and introduce myself. This guy's awesome. But then all of a sudden, if he gets to 1 hour and 30 minutes, then it turns into
too much.
Like it was great for an hour and 10. But then he went an hour and 30, and it turned into just, I was okay. How was the show, Jerry? It was fine. See what I mean?
Leave them wanting more.
Yes, absolutely. So that all being said, let's get our shit on. One dude says he listens to the show in 2 speed, like 2 times the speed.
Billy Morgan, you have problems,
but
sir.
Then I sound like I'm all coked up, man.
Yeah, you're a psychopath, Billy.
We have a major show announcement coming up today. It's show number 270.
That's why the NBA releases their games to YouTube without free throws, timeouts, guys tying their shoes, Kyrie Irving going to the locker room, because they understand the mind of the human in today's. We're air fryer society.
Right.
We're air fryer.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
It really is okay. Right. Yeah. By the way, okay. So welcome in here to the chat. It is our show. We're a fast-paced show for old people. If you want to contribute to the old man fun, you may do so via the super chat. Jump into the chat. And you can see them if you watch the show. It's on the right-hand side of my screen. And you can throw down a chat, give a comment on anything and all the things you see and hear on our show. We always invite that. And if you decide to give us a tip, then we guarantee we'll read your entry.
Just the tip.
Or you can buy us a coffee, which is now up and running thanks to Jose Bouquet. He has now linked to support us by buying up the Buy Me a Coffee link. What am I saying? We have a Buy Me a Coffee link. God dang it. I've only said it 1,000 times.
Buy some coffees.
buymeacoffee.com/love you hard TV. It's back up and running today. That's not the major announcement, but that is a mini announcement that you can also get back to the Buy Me a Coffee link that Jose will put on the right-hand side.
I like what Jose does with the lighting. I feel more caramelly.
Okay.
I feel more caramelly. Thank you.
We got to stick together,
Yeah, Rudy was feeling like he was from like the Sudan there last week. Good to see. Like Manute Bol was sitting in here.
I was like, what the freak, dude?
And then there was, I looked like a lighthouse there for about a week. Like I was welcoming in ships in the night. I was so light.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good. It's great. It's a work in progress, Holmes. I love it. I feel like we've kind of reinvented with Jose. And it's like, I don't dwell on negatives, and LG decided to move on, and that sucks, but we have a new guy. And so that's a whole new challenge.
Right.
I don't mind change. I've been divorced twice. I can go through change.
The divorce you went through, you could handle anything.
Oh my God, thank you. I appreciate
brother.
that very much. And
shit.
All right, so let's get to the show, man. We're super stoked to be back on at the Pub Sports Radio Studios. Thank you very much, and tied to Texas Cheer Studios as well.
Texas Cheer Studios, baby. Thank you, Texas Cheer. Some good specials coming up. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Who in the hell is the thumbnail today?
What is up there
Who
today?
are they?
You don't know Scrubs?
Oh, Scrubs.
I don't watch Scrubs.
That's a white man show.
Okay, no wonder.
Oh, God.
Zach Braff.
I don't know what that.
Zach Braff is?
No.
In the mid '90s, early. Well,
is there a black dude in it?
One black dude.
Okay, of course. The minimum. Does he die first?
No, he does not die.
So marries a Puerto Rican.
He's not. Is he Puerto Rican?
No, he marries Puerto Rican Carla's.
Correct. Yeah, he does marry.
Dominican. One of the two.
There's a Dominican chick he's married to on the show, and she's black. So there's two black people. It's the married couple.
Yeah, but Dominicans are black.
It's a funny show. It's a spin on. It's a spin on like ER. But it's funny. It's a comedy about
it's
interns
crazy how much
hospital.
you look like everybody that he's posted of you.
Well, that's because I've got that weird mixed race thing going where I look like Asian some days. I look lily white some days, Asian others, sometimes part Mexican.
Yeah.
I can play a lot of different accents.
Yeah,
that's true. I also definitely thought about Stockton Malone, but I couldn't do Rudy like that.
Stockton Malone. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Malone. He got a 13-year-old pregnant, right? No, don't do that. Don't do that shit. He did, right? 14, 13.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a different time. It was accepted then. A lot of your favorite rock and roll dudes did it too, but that don't make it right. So no, I'm not Malone.
One of the reasons why we're so busy is because we keep doing things. There's so many things that we have to get to, and let's start getting to them.
Let's go.
We have a major show announcement, but first, our show is presented partly by Ribaldo Realty Group, the official real estate agent of In the Building. My man, Jay Ribaldo. He was the rookie of the year last year over at Keller Williams. He has turned into a stud when it comes to real estate, and he's our guy. If you are looking for a real estate man, and I always use the quarterback analogy, it don't matter if you got a good edge rusher or if you got a good cover corner or even a good running back. If you ain't got the right quarterback, then you ain't, it's not going to work out.
I love that analogy.
And the quarterback, when it comes to a housing project, is the agent. And that is our guy, Jay Ribaldo, 210-887-1081. Or you can email him at jribaldo@kw.com, or you can look at all of his listings at ribaldo.com. It is ribaldo.com. All right, let's get to this major show announcement. So last week, me and Rudy, we announced that starting on March the 17th,
St. Patty's.
That's a Monday. Our show is going to be televised on Anthem TV. It is a new app. It is started by some guys here in San Antonio, where our show is based, and they have a television app up and going called Anthem TV. And beginning on St. Patrick's Day, they are going to air our show. So if you miss our live show, or for whatever reason you didn't get to it on a given day or whatever,
right,
they're going to air our show multiple times throughout the day on their app. So we're going to be now televised on the Anthem TV app. Love You Hard TV does not have an app. We should look into that next year when we're making millions of dollars.
Yeah, but next year.
But right now we're on the Anthem app.
Yeah.
So we are looking to partner with good people that'll do good work for us, and we're looking to bring in even more shows in the future. We have our Baseline Bums guys now, which I'm stoked about still.
Which I've reached out to a couple people. I'm going to get back with y'all, but we got a lot of red tape to work our way through show-wise, inner working-wise, and then we'll get to putting more shows on the channel.
Absolutely. We want to collaborate with cool people because we want good content.
We gotta grow,
We gotta grow, damn it. We cannot. I'm not going to just sit up here I'm not going to just rest on my laurels and accept our little 1,000 viewers, which I love all of you.
Which that doesn't count Spotify, Apple, iHeart.
Correct. That's our YouTube people.
Right.
So Rudy and I have made the decision that we need to have a bigger footprint on Spotify and
Apple.
And that was hammered home to me last week when we were undergoing the switchover from LG to here. Y'all bitched. I had so many people bitching about us not being on Spotify last week. And so that made this decision we're announcing today, it hammered it home that it's a right decision.
Right.
So it's already started, but we're going to go ahead and just throw it out there. Today's major show announcement is that In the Building can now be heard on the Bleav Podcast Network. It is a company based out in Los Angeles, California.
They're out there in Cali.
We're going to spread our little wings here. San Antonio is always going to be the cocoon, but that don't mean we ain't looking to fly elsewhere on occasion. We're always going to be, this is always going to be our base. This is always going to be our city.
Jose, no, that one you sent us with the Bleav thing up there, you can throw it up there for
me. Yeah, throw it up there if you can.
The one you sent us. I'm putting them on the spot.
When you get to it, let us know.
When you get to it
later. But the Bleav Network.
How you spell it?
BLEAV. Bleav.
Thank you,
like
Jose.
Bleav. BLEAV. That's how you spell it. We're now on there. So they run audio shows. So you can watch our show on YouTube. You can watch it on Anthem TV starting St. Patrick's Day. But right now you can listen to the audio version of In the Building on Spotify and Apple. And the Bleav Network is going to run our audio version. And you don't have to do anything. Those of y'all that listen to us now on Apple or Spotify, you just keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
We just now have a partner in the room with us named called Bleav. They're going to run the audio of our show on their network. They're going to market our show. They're going to pitch our show. Hopefully, they're going to sell our show.
Right.
So please, if you are a YouTube subscriber, that's great. But listen to us on Spotify when you're in the car or Apple, whichever one you prefer.
And quick not announcement,
yes, sir.
But just a heads up to Ribaldo. Shout out to Jay. Heads up to Mr. Kel. Shout out to Kel.
Okay.
Heads up to Slackers.
Okay.
Heads up to Texas Cheerleader.
Oh, I hear a threat coming.
No threat. No threat. I'm just letting them know that with Anthem TV.
Oh boy.
And with Bleav.
Yeah.
Comes more eyes and more ears. And we didn't change the price on y'all. There's no tariff.
No, we did not.
We didn't hit y'all with a tariff.
No, we didn't.
So just when you're hey man, we put you in more platforms, and on Anthem again, it's gonna be 4 or 5 times a day that the show's gonna run with no upcharge as of now.
Right.
So Slackers, Cheer, Baldo, Kel, love y'all. Poblanos, love y'all. But, we just wanted to do y'all a solid. Put y'all in front of more eyes and more ears with no tariff.
Jay came out to the land showcase, and I told him about all this.
And what did he say? He's like, y'all about
I'm grandfathered in, right? On prices.
Yeah, man. More eyes and more ears, man.
Well, okay. Well,
I ain't saying nothing bad. I'm
good.
just saying.
No, these are good.
We're just out the kindness of our hearts. As a friend, we're trying to put more money into y'all's pockets.
See, Ruben's in here in the building. Taylor would need a week off after a 3-hour show. Okay.
Mike used to do 4 hours.
At one point I have done 4.
We were doing 3 to 7.
Mostly it was here's the thing. I did a 4-hour show at ESPN back in the Metro 6 on occasion. They tried to get me when I was at iHeart to extend to they can't. They brought me in one day like, hey, your show's so successful, we just love it. Blah blah blah.
More time to sell.
We would love, we would like to add a 4th hour. And I replied, cool, I'll take $33,000 in raise. And they said, we're good at 3 hours.
My bad, give me some.
I told them no.
Give me some.
Fuck that. I'm not going to do a 4th hour unless I get paid more.
Give me some on that.
Right. I'm like, and I go, based on my salary, this is what I make per hour.
Yeah.
Why don't you tack on another 33 grand? So and they were like, no, we're good with 3. Okay. Okay.
I'm not threatening the sponsors, Ruben. I'm letting them know that we're doing more for them. We're providing more bang for the buck. I'm not threatening them. They ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
No, we love them hard.
We love them hard.
And
Shout
they
out
are
to 'em.
grandfathered in.
Yes.
Yeah, just know that in a year or two, here's the thing. At some point, we're going to come on here and tell you that McDonald's is a sponsor or Valero. Y'all just don't, Jay. I just tell Jay, just don't tell any big corporate future sponsors what you pay. Just keep it shut. Keep it down.
What you pay is between us. Don't even talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Greg's in here. How's Mike going to nap with a 4-hour show? We're not going to do a 4-hour show.
You know what? Man. I don't like the narrative that I don't like. I guess you've played a part in it, but I don't like the nap. Yeah, I don't like the narrative that you're just some old man. You're not.
Well, maybe we do 2
hours.
Like
he's healthy. He makes sure. Do y'all understand how important it is to sleep? It is important. You can lift all the weights, eat properly. Run, jog. If you ain't getting no sleep, your body's not gonna respond. Mike ain't an old man, y'all.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
thank you for that.
This man's gyrating every night.
Trying to.
Every night.
She don't always let me, but I damn sure can make it.
That damn horny goat weed, which is natural, works. Mike ain't no old man. Don't let him fool y'all, man.
That's correct.
He texts me sometimes about 9:03, which I'm like, oh, Mike's still up. All right.
I have realized when I send you guys things at like midnight, you guys aren't awake.
Bro, Jose. So
you ain't getting a reply at midnight.
Jose, so this is the thing with that. I'm married to a Latina. So when my phone dings at 12, she wants answers. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, hey, this Jose. I'm like, hey, this Jose he sent another graphic. He sent the YouTube link and a graphic.
Well, that's just you being a responsible husband.
She wants answers because she'll kill everybody.
Right.
Me and all you. So yeah, it's cool. I'm saying send them whenever you want to send them. But I'm just letting you know the process, what happens when my phone dings close to midnight. Because she could be dead asleep and she'd be like this, like in the damn coma. There's my phone. Dang. Fuck texting you at midnight. Fuck is going on in this house? Do I have to cut a bitch? No.
Right. Well, you probably play it off great though. That damn Ribaldo. Why is he texting me so late? Oh, I'm gonna turn the phone off.
Not only do I say that, Mike, I also get hit with Jose.
Jose. He's a young kid. He stays up late.
I don't know who this white boy is. He has Mike as. I don't know, but he sent the graphic at midnight.
I'm sorry, baby. I'll talk to Jose about these late night texts.
You send them when you want, dog.
No, keep them coming. All right. No, all of our current advertisers are grandfathered in. Well, y'all are going to get a lot more ears now, which is cool. And eyes. Hopefully we'll get more eyes when we go to Anthem TV in a couple of weeks. And already, hopefully, we'll see our Spotify and Apple numbers just skyrocket now that we're partnered up with the Bleav network, which is based in Cali, which means we're going to get sold on like a national level, which is weird. That's very cool. Speaking of our sponsors that are grandfathered in, it's People I Want to Punch Wednesday, presented by the official family lawman of In the Building, Orlando Kell. Who are you punching today and why?
I am going to punch the Cincinnati Bengals. And I don't feel sorry for this particular receiver, but I just feel like it's stupid the way the Bengals are doing business. They, for the second year in a row, they franchise tag the receiver T. Higgins. And again, T. Higgins, he's gonna, because you get, when you're franchise tag, you get top 5 money. Mm-hmm. So he's gonna make $26 million next year. So I'm not feeling bad for T. Higgins, but this is what I would say. Let him walk and put that $26 million, I don't know, into protecting your freaking quarterback. Go pay 3 or 4 offensive linemen. Joe Burrow lives on his back like he's a porn star. And then not only that, while y'all have him on his back, his house is being robbed. Okay? So he's getting a double whammy. Let T. Higgins walk. You aren't winning with him. You're giving him $26 million because you got to pay him top 5 money when you hit him with the cattle brand. You've done it 2 years in a row. Let that man go to Jacksonville and get a long-term deal and find somebody to keep your damn franchise, one of the faces of the league and the face of your franchise upright so you can possibly get back to the Super Bowl and become a contender again and quit getting your ass handed to you by the Ravens and the Chiefs and the Bills. Like, what do you have Joe Burrow for if you're not going to protect him? I don't know. The team that's dominated the AFC. Hey, Tyreek Hill, we love you. We think the world of you. We have to keep Patrick Mahomes upright. So you can go to Miami and get $30 million a year. We're going to go draft offensive line and defensive line. And I don't know, go to 2-3 more Super Bowls in a row. So punch the Cincinnati Bengals for just being cowboyish and making stupid business decisions. I'd have 50 offensive linemen at training camp. And I'd probably keep 15 of them and just slowly weed them out until I found a way to protect Joe Burrow. That's why the Bengals are the Bengals. Punch them.
I want to punch Houston's own Jimmy Butler again for like the third time in a month. All right.
What did he do now? I thought Jimmy's been good. They've been balling. What happened?
For being a bad renter.
Oh,
all right. So
shit,
as y'all know, he
Okay.
left Miami now.
Yeah.
And he did not own a home there. He rented. Miami Herald, 5-Star Marketing and Promotions, has filed a lawsuit against former Heat forward Jimmy Butler in Miami-Dade County, according to the Miami Herald.
Okay.
Company said that Jimmy failed to pay 2 months worth of rent after his lease expired and that he left the home in, quote, complete disrepair.
But if the lease is expired, why would I still be paying? I'm lost.
No, his lease expired, but he's kept living there for 2
Oh,
months.
got you.
And they're like, hey, dude, you owe us money. Butler first signed the lease for the nearly 5,400 square foot rental property in August of 2022, 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom home, $130,000 a month in rent. That's bad business. Just buy the place and flip it. Anyway, the home was built in 2016. It sold in 2021 to the owner he was paying rent to for $7.3 million. $7 million home. He's paying $130,000 a month in rent. According to the rental company that handles the property, Butler rarely did proper upkeep and did not allow for maintenance to be done. He once denied workers access to check the HVAC system, per the report, which led to a significant leak that required ceiling and floors to have to be replaced. The people he hired to clean the pool allegedly neglected their duties and caused the pumps to break.
Damn.
Lawsuit also said that Butler changed the locks without providing the landlord a copy of the key. The company wants $257,282 from Jimmy, which he makes about a week.
Yeah.
That
a
figure,
night.
Right. That figure includes 2 months of rent plus the $130,000 security deposit and total cost of damages, which the company said was over $127,000. Dude, just pay your rent.
I would wonder what Jay Ribaldo would say if Jimmy Butler told him, hey, man, I'm paying about $130,000 in rent. Like, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to buy a home because then you're responsible for everything, and then you got to try and sell it.
Mm-hmm.
But for 3 years, let's do the math. 3 years, because you said this is back in 2022, right?
Yes, sir.
So 130.
Yep, a month
times 12
mm-hmm.
times 3.
Yep,
$4.6 million in rent.
Just buy a house. What are we doing?
Come on, Jay Ribaldo. Jay Ribaldo, call up Jimmy. But pay your bills, bro.
Right.
Pay your bills. But this company, like, hey, man, y'all made about $4 million off of them.
But why are you not letting maintenance compete? They sent maintenance folks to come over and work on everything.
Because he probably feels like it's the landlord snooping. But what's the landlord's right? Because they own the house.
Well, the HVAC, it's leaking. So clearly needed to be fixed.
I should be able to come in there anytime I want if I own the home.
He let the pool go to shit. Come on, man. And Jimmy makes, what does he make? $50 million a year?
Something like that.
And the coffee company's taken off. I read an article about his coffee company in GQ last year. It's called Big Face.
He loves coffee.
$20 a cup.
He was selling them $20 a cup in the bubble.
Yeah.
And that's when it became a thing. He had some pretty good coffee, I guess.
I used to own a home, and we rented our house out to a guy one time in Victoria. And it came down between this cute little couple. They were teachers at the local high school in Victoria.
Right.
And this single young guy who was working in the oil field. And the twins' mother at that time, it was years ago, she's like, I like both of them. You decide. So I'm like, man, I these teachers are a sweet couple and everything, but collectively, this is the
oil field guy made more money.
Teachers, the oil field guy made way more money than the teachers' combined salaries.
Absolutely.
He didn't have any animals. He was only going to basically sleep at the house on weekends because Monday through Friday he was down at the plant.
Right.
And his daddy was like a prominent guy in Victoria, and so I chose the roughnecker.
And what happened?
All of a sudden, the rent quit coming. Well, the first thing he did was he also, the other reason I chose him is because he gave us 6 months in rent up front. I'm like, cool, that works. Talk to you in 6 months. So 6 months comes around.
By then he's laid off. Oil field.
I'm like, hey, player,
lay you off.
Rent's due this month. No problem. Got you. And he took care of it. No problem. Okay, cool. And then another month rolls around and I didn't hear from him. And I'm texting him. And you can't just get a hold of a dude working in the oil field easily. And so 2 weeks go by, no word, nothing. I'm like, was he dead? So we had to drive to Victoria to the house. Rudy, that motherfucker abandoned the house, left the electricity on, could have at least turned the power off.
Turn the lights off and the AC off.
I walk into the house and he had removed, all the furniture was gone. I had that house painted too. God, it was such a beautiful old Victorian home. You walk in the front room, and this fucking guy had taken spray paint and graffitied all over the walls.
Why?
And he wrote like poetry in spray paint on the walls.
Crazy?
The whole wall was just poems. And then he left the power on. And so what happened was he didn't pay the electricity though. And so the electric company cut the power off, unbeknownst to me. And he left the fridge full of food. And he had a half-eaten roast, a half-eaten ham that had been in there for weeks and weeks and weeks with no power. When I opened I've never seen anything. I've never seen like a rotting, shot up corpse. This is the closest thing. It looked like there were body parts in there. So when I walked to the kitchen, first of all, I had to put a glove on to open the fridge because it was covered in maggots.
Maggots.
Maggots were on the outside of the fridge. I had a mask on too. This is probably 2016. This is 10 years ago.
Jesus.
And I pull that door open. I'm like, oh my God.
Smell like a dead body.
Yeah, there was no way that I was going to clean that out. So I went and hired a guy to come help me with a dolly. You just
threw the fridge away.
The whole thing, took it to the dump, whole thing. So I know how bad it is to have a shitty renter. And so when I see a story like Jimmy Butler, and that fucker makes $50 million a year, I think the roughnecker probably got hooked. What do they all get hooked on the meth down there in the oil field. Clearly he had been hooked on drugs. Tried to find him, went to his dad's house. They wouldn't come outside.
Oh, you went to his dad's house?
Absolutely. I was going to file a lawsuit the whole bit, but yeah, man, it's tough when you are a homeowner and you rent it out because you do the best you can and you just hope you get someone that won't go crazy. The owner of this house probably thinking, damn, I got Jimmy Butler in my house. This is kick-ass. He's telling all of his buddies, I got Jimmy in the house. This is great. And then Jimmy doesn't like it.
And then not only that, you're making $130 every month.
Right. Come on, Jimmy.
Lovely.
Come on, man.
Come on, Jimmy.
So punch Jimmy Butler. That was irresponsible. It's Orlando Kill. Do you have an irresponsible spouse that needs to be kicked to the curb? Call Orlando Kill. This is our divorce lawyer, and he's a family lawyer. So when I say family, that doesn't mean just divorces. A few weeks ago, he had an adoption case, as a matter of fact, and that's beautiful. So anything family, whether it's bad or good, Orlando's our guy. 210-775-4995, or you can email him directly at orlandokilllaw@gmail.com, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. All right, tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
It's 6 o'clock
in the building radio.
Drop top, cruising the radio.
You ready? No more cursing.
We've cussed a lot today already.
I know.
We've cussed a lot today.
I'll be able to mentally get into
I'll be fine.
cussing.
I'll be fine.
It'll be fine. In the building radio debuts tomorrow with Rudy and I live from the K Alamo radio studios in the Deco district in San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, right there on Fred Road. With the Lopez family broadcasting. Not only is the show going to be here in San Antonio on 2 frequencies on FM, by the way, 98.9 and 92.1 on KLMO Tejano Radio. We are also going to be on Magic 104 in Corpus, Magic 95 in Victoria.
Magic stick.
We're going to be on El Paso's Tejano Mix in El Paso. And all of it televised on the K Alamo Tejano Television Roku channel.
Yeah. I can't grito unless I'm drunk.
Really?
I cannot. I don't have a good grito unless I got to be faded.
Jose, can you grito? Surely you.
Hell no.
No, I'm not from that part of the country.
I know you're not Mexican. He's Venezuelan.
Don't distance from the Mexican people, Jose. They're good people.
They're not my people.
In one way or another, y'all are all linked.
That's true. We're all cousins.
Yeah, y'all all got raped and butchered by the Spaniards, and so that's y'all's relationship. Y'all are kindred spirits.
That's my cousins out there. But no, I can't. I'm incapable.
Spain has created a lot of havoc in this world. You know, England takes it in the shorts over their
All the time.
imperialism
But the
because they're
Spaniards
white.
should deserve some
The
punches too.
Spaniards never get ripped up like white folks.
Yeah.
Y'all were imperialistic too.
No shit.
We found some brown people that we're going to take over and make them all speak Spanish and turn them into Catholics. No, I can eat the like some bitch.
Well, we'll hear tomorrow.
You damn sure will. So tune in tomorrow night. And all of our stations that we're going to be on all have apps. Make sure you're listening to us crystal clearly on all apps.
On the K Alamo app. Download
Correct.
it right now. You got nothing better to do.
Correct. And in Corpus Christi, they have an app, 104.9 KMIQ, KHAMC, it's KHMC in Victoria, 95.9. They have an app, internet radio, and then the Roku channel. So I'll be dressed up nice tomorrow. No sweats. I normally wear like sweatpants to this show. All right, so that's it. In the Building Radio debuts mañana. Now it's time for What Y'all Watching Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
What am I watching?
Jose, you can participate in this. We do a segment on Wednesdays called What You Watching Wednesday. And so we have a 20. What are you, Gen Z? I always forget.
Actually,
he's a zillennial.
A zillennial, which is Z. All right. What are you watching? What you watching? What's the zillennial watching these days?
Yes, Gen Z. Shout out to you, Rudy. So yesterday, or I guess Monday, my guy Bill Simmons, my North Star, my muse, my flame, came out with the Celtics documentary. You guys,
is it out already?
It comes out in parts, 8 parts. Comes out 1 part a week.
I hate that.
Yes, I do too. But you know, that's how they keep us hooked. And it was basically about Bob Cousy. Bill Russell is fantastic.
And then they're going to lead all the way up to Tatum and Brown.
Yep. They have the whole history of the
They got
Celtics.
KG. They got Bird.
Yes, they have everyone. It's going to be great. And of course, Bob Cousy is like the last of those living Celtics. So he's basically just walking history. Listening to him talk is fantastic. And obviously they use like old clips of Bill Russell and all the whole thing. It's a great thing to watch if you're a Celtics fan, if you like basketball, if you like history, civil rights history. It's a whole good thing. So go watch.
I think, man, Simmons is so good because he did The Last Dance and he did OJ in America, right?
He didn't like really do The Last Dance. He's like, I guess like
he just executive produced it.
Yeah, he just is there, like watches it and gives his notes. He doesn't really do shit, but he just goes early.
That's what I want to be able to do.
Yeah,
I don't want to do shit and make millions. I am very interested in that. What's it called? It's just called Celtics, right?
Celtics Town.
Celtics Town.
What's it on?
It's on HBO Max or Max, whatever it's called.
They've been promoting the hell out of it. I definitely want to watch that.
Yeah, I saw an old clip they used to promote it. It was Bill Russell and it was Wilt Chamberlain. They were getting each other's face like after a game, and all these guys had to come over and break it up.
Yep,
shit like that. That's so gold.
Yeah, it's
great. It is
stuff
gold.
You don't see from back in the day.
It's gold because Wilt Chamberlain was this 50 points a game, 35 rebounds, 79 assists, and Bill Russell just continued to kick his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
right.
Crazy. They have like some broadcast parts as well where there's like they say like Bill Russell had 40 rebounds in this game,
Which is
the whole thing. Yeah. So obviously Wilt's like he have interviews of him as well in it as well.
That's awesome.
Did they get some Walton in there before he passed?
We haven't gotten there yet, but I assume.
Okay.
So it's just a docu-series on the Boston Celtics?
Yes, it's like a basically complete history of the Celtics.
That's cool. And so Jose is a Boston guy. Now, he was born in some goat town in Venezuela, but his parents immigrated to the United States when he was 2 years old, which is why he's the whitest Venezuelan ever.
Yep. Right.
And he was raised on the East Coast, and so he's Red Sox and Celtics and Bruins. And do you have a college? I mean, he went to Oklahoma State for a year.
Yep.
And then transferred and got his degree at UTSA. But do you claim a college? Like, are you a fan of a
He's
college
a road
program?
runner.
You're a road runner?
Both. I pay student loans to both, so they get both of my allegiances.
You're still paying Okie State University money?
Oh, yeah.
And you went, there a year?
Yeah. That's when you learn out-of-state tuition. Just entirely not fun.
Right. I thought your rich parents would have covered you by now.
Fuck.
You'd have thought. You're on your own. That's good parenting.
Yeah.
Mijo ain't getting nothing. He's on his own. He's always looking. Do they know that you're doing stuff with me and Rudy?
They have no idea what I do.
They don't know what I do. They don't know.
I don't know. He does something. I don't know.
Yeah, this podcast, I don't know.
He's a podcaster.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't think Venezuelans sound like that. Either one of you. Both of y'all's Venezuelan accent need help.
Hey, I've listened to Jose Altuve. His English is kind of like that.
Is he Venezuelan?
Yeah.
It's one of our best.
Look, he want to claim him now. Was even something good, Jose, speak up. Oh, yeah, Altuve, yeah, he
one of us.
Any other thing like, I'm distancing. I'm American.
Omar Vizquel, not one of us anymore.
So I grew up with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white father. And so it did not take me long in my early childhood before I realized, okay, we're Celtics fans. Got it, Dad, because of Larry Bird.
You're damn right. That's why we need Cooper Flag.
That's right. So yeah, no doubt. And so we were Mavericks fans and Celtics fans.
Y'all had chose a side.
So, well, yeah. So
I chose my side too.
We liked we liked the black Celtics too, but it really helped that Larry was a Celtic. And don't forget the great
definitely a country divided. That's what made that rivalry so good.
Kevin McHale, Jerry Seasting,
Bill
Walton, those white boys on those 80s teams. Who am I missing? Danny Ainge.
Hey, my Lakers
white boys on
my Lakers had Kurt Rambis.
Yeah, the token white man.
We had Kurt Rambis. We had Pat Riley, slick ass Pat Riley.
No, I might have to check this out because I wonder if my father's aware of this because he's an old Celtics fan. And he's continued to be a Celtics supporter too, even all these years. So, like when they won in 09 with KG and Paul, my dad was hyped. So
08.
Oh yeah, 08. He was hyped. So yeah, I'll check this out. What you watching?
I just finished Court of Gold. Executive produced by Barack and Michelle Obama. It was It was about the 2024 men's basketball Olympics. About all the teams. It wasn't just about America. Of course, America won the gold, so it ended up, the big, finish was about America. But they did specials on Canada because Canada had a good team. They did a special on Germany because they had a good team. The Serbians, and of course the French. And it was just good to relive it because I got to watch the Serbians cry. They had us down 17, and we came back and crushed their souls. And they're in the locker room crying their hearts out because they thought they were going to beat the big bad Americans. And then I got to see Wemby cry. It just felt good to see Wemby cry again. And all that shit talking. Oh, they're bringing their best. Bitch, yes, we're bringing our best. Y'all are better. We taught y'all to be better. We made y'all better. Of course we're going to bring our best. That may be the best team ever assembled. So it felt good, because France really thought they were going to win. Serbs thought they were going to win with Joker and them. And we crushed their hearts. And it felt good to relive the 2024. And it was also good to see behind the scenes on, what it means for these, I'm having fun with it, but what it meant for Serbia, what it meant for France, because they were at home and France getting blown out by Germany in the roundabout rounds and then coming back to beat them later on. So it was cool. It was cool. Quarter goal was really, really well done. And then just seeing Steph Curry the last two games, what he did, because he had a shitty Olympic. He had a shitty Olympics. Told his wife, I need y'all here. Wife and kids show up, and then that the chef shows up in the semifinals and the finals, and puts Wemby to sleep.
Well,
so it was good to see. It was good to see Wemby
10
cry.
times the talent. So they did what they were supposed to do.
It ain't 10 times.
Tell him, Mike.
It's about 9.
7. So yeah, Court of Gold.
No, I loved that. Steph was amazing. And at that moment, and that's one of those rare moments where, because we get cynical with these pro athletes.
Yeah.
That wasn't about money. It wasn't it wasn't even really about America. It was just about Steph balling out for his boys to win that gold,
Yeah, because I couldn't find LeBron.
That was pure. Okay, God Almighty. That was pure passion. That was watching a guy.
We don't have it.
That was watching Steph be 12 years old again.
Yeah, they say we don't have it. But
we do.
If you go back and watch that, you're down 17 to the Serbs. If there's no passion there, you got they combined, they got $1 gazillion in the bank.
Right.
They could just say, hey, it didn't happen, didn't work out. Serbs just beat us. We're going home. We're going to go take the bronze. But no, they did what guys that are passionate about the Olympics do, dug deep and crushed those damn Serbs and their horses.
All right. So most of y'all know that the great Gene Hackman died last week.
So what, you been watching some reruns?
Well, so Nina, my little millennial that I live with, is not up to speed on Gene Hackman's career.
Right.
So we watched Hoosiers this week.
Oh my gosh, she fell asleep.
Okay, no, she didn't.
What happened?
Okay, now
tell the truth.
I was 12 when Hoosiers came out. And of course, I loved it.
So then I was 10.
Just loved it.
Me
And
too.
everybody, all Gen Xers, all Gen X sports fans that are guys will say they loved Hoosiers, the movie. You know, I have that. We've talked about this before. Things we loved as kids that when you go back and watch it now, you're like, huh.
Wasn't that good?
So we watched Hoosiers. I'm about to piss off a bunch of our people.
Do it.
Hoosiers is not good.
It's not.
No, it's cheesy. It's cliche.
It was bad basketball.
It's not great outside. So it's got 3 brilliant actors, and then everybody else was just spares that never did anything. It's got Gene Hackman. It's got Barbara Hershey, who was a very good actress in the 80s, and the guy from Easy Rider. Forget his name. Dennis Hopper. He's a great actor. So those
Hopper's
3 are great. Everybody else were just people that showed up and got $50 and a sandwich to be in the background. That movie was fine. It was just like a Hallmarky, made for Sunday afternoon movie. It was fine.
It's a Disney movie, right?
I think it is. There's not much cursing. It's fine, but it was nowhere near as magical like when I was a young man. So I told her, I'm like, she's like, she was fine with it. I go, because Nina likes sports movies, especially with me. It's just, she's been dating me. I'm the first like sports fan she ever dated. She dates artsy fartsy dudes, but I'm like the first like jockey guy.
Yeah.
But to her, she's always down to watch sports movies with me. And so I'm like, okay, I got one that's better than Hoosiers. And she didn't hate Hoosiers. She just thought it was fine.
Okay.
It's fine. I didn't say it sucked. I said it was fine, Rudy. God. It was fine. I don't know that I'll ever watch it again, but it didn't suck. It's hard to bash on things you loved as a kid. But
no, it is.
It's fine. So I told her, I said, well, all right, let's watch my she's like, what are your favorite sports movies you've ever seen? My 2 favorite sports movies ever were Cinderella Man, which she's not watched yet. We'll get to it at some point.
That's a boxing movie?
Russell Crowe, Houston's own Renee Zellweger, the great Paul Giamatti. It's the story of Jimmy Braddock, a guy in the 30s that shocked the world, beat Max Baer for the heavyweight championship. He was like working soup lines. He was on government cheese. His family, he had to give his kids away because it was his depression, and he wound up boxing his way to the championship. It's a great story. So we'll watch that one of these days. Ron Howard directed it. It was a great movie.
Shout out to Ron.
But we watched last night to make up for Hoosiers. My second favorite sports movie is a hockey movie, Miracle, about the 1980 U.S. Olympic men's hockey team. Speaking of Olympics and shit like that.
That was amazing, though.
And Nina had no idea. And so Grandpa Mike got to tell the whole story of the 1980 Olympic team.
Who played the coach?
Herb Brooks. The actor Kurt Russell.
God, he did a great job.
He was great. It was also a Disney movie, so there wasn't a lot of cursing in Miracle, but it was really good. It was not cheesy. It's so hard to make a good sports movie because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be cheesy and cliche. And I like raw movies that show all sides of people. I want to see the bad too and the ugly. Miracle's
what is your favorite movie, sports movie?
Me?
Ever? Oh, yours? Go ahead, Rudy.
Me, my 2 favorites, since Mike gave 2, I'll give you 2. Remember the Titans and Glory Road. I love Glory Road because, there is Adolph Rupp, is Kentucky. Pat Riley's on that team in Kentucky. During that time, you weren't supposed to. There was under no circumstances should you start 5 black players. You know what I mean? It shouldn't even start 2, let alone 5.
Yeah.
And then before the championship game, and it sucked for those kids. The coach goes to his white players and tells them, "We got to send a message, and no white players playing tonight," because Adolph Rupp has said some pretty racist things, and he's like, "You know what? Not only are we going to beat you, we're going to beat you with the only black kids who you feel ain't smart enough." Because it wasn't about athleticism. It was like, you ain't smart enough to beat the great Adolph Rupp and the Kentucky Wildcats. So love Glory Road and love Remember the Titans. And I think I love We Are Marshall too. We Are Marshall solid. There's a lot of great sports movies, but I would say if you're putting a gun to my head, Remember the Titans and Glory Road.
Yeah. Clem Haskins, the great Clem. Shout out. We're going to be on El Paso. We're going to be on in El Paso starting tomorrow night.
I ain't heard from him since, but yeah.
Who's that? UTEP? Well, Clem had to retire, and UTEP, it was. Can you imagine though? It's UTEP winning the Natty.
The Natty.
How crazy is that?
The Natty.
Yeah, they beat Kentucky to do it. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Badass.
They beat Kansas too that year.
So the cool part about like these
Glory Road, Cheddarhead.
Glory Road.
Jesus Christ. Y'all are so childish. Anyway.
That's a different sport.
Yeah.
No, I got to tell her the story of the 80 Olympic team and why
that was dope.
and the political aspects and why it meant so much to
Those
people.
Cold War,
like
no?
Yeah. We weren't sure if we were going to go to war with Russia at the time. We boycotted the 80 summer games, and we figured that Russia would boycott the winter games, but Russia's like, nah, screw them. They're too scared to come here. We'll send our teams over there. Fuck it. And they went to Lake Placid, New York with their badass juggernaut hockey team, and a bunch of kids stun them. And I got to tell Nina it's a Disney movie, but those kids curse like sailors in real life, and so did Herb Brooks. And so what the movie does not. So the movie ends right after they beat Russia, and a lot of people think that we beat Russia to win the gold. That was the semifinal.
That was the semi. We still had to beat Finland.
Correct. Finland.
Yeah, I was one of those people for a long time.
And so here you are. You stunned the Soviets. You're on the cover of every major newspaper in the world. Sports Illustrated. Johnny Carson wants y'all to be on. The whole country's like people that never even heard of hockey are all of a sudden hockey fans. But he had to get them ready to not have a letdown in the gold medal game against Finland. So Herb, the coach, his speech was short. He walks in and he goes, after what you did the other night, if you lose this game, you'll take it to your fucking grave. And he walks out, and before he walks out, he turns his head and goes, your fucking graves. And that was his whole speech. And they took care of business in one go. Great movie. Loved it hard.
Great movie.
That's what we're watching. Nostalgia. I need to watch new shit, but I got a little millennial. So we got this game where she'll show me her stuff and I'll show her mine, so to speak. Movies and TV and stuff. So
what was the last thing she showed you
that I liked?
Sure.
It's a great question. So here's Nina's.
Doesn't seem like a long list.
Well, her main assignment is to introduce me to new stuff because I'm an old man and I don't watch a lot of new television. She turned me on to something that's brand new, actually. It's a series called The Pit. It's on Max.
Okay.
The Pit. So remember ER back in the 90s? Noah Wyle co-starred with George Clooney in ER. Hospitals show. They were doctors.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I heard of that.
That was a network show. This is an HBO show. Now, I'm not like a big hospital show fan, but of the ones I'm familiar with, dude, The Pit, which is right now on Max, and Noah Wyle is he's the leader of this trauma unit in Pittsburgh. It is the most accurate, most dramatic. It is so great. The Pit is the best show I've watched since The Bear a few years ago.
The Bear was good.
The Pit's kind of like The Bear. The way they film,
the way it's shot.
Right. There's scenes that are 22 minutes long. It's all one scene.
But
it's just like they're going from room to room to room while doctors are in there and nurses are in there just saving lives. And they actually hired actual doctors to be consultants on the content to make sure it was realistic.
Make sure it was realistic. I like it.
The Pit is great. And Nina turned me on to that. And we were caught up, unfortunately, so I can't binge it, and I can't wait for tomorrow night when the new one drops on HBO Max. So y'all check out The Pit. It's awesome. It's just forget hospital. It's just a great television show. The acting is fantastic.
My wife put me on. I need to catch up, but Running Point. It's a show.
Running Point. Right there.
It's Kate Hudson's the lead. Is she Goldie Hawn's daughter?
Yep, absolutely.
It's Running Point. She's
Kurt Russell's stepdaddy.
Yeah, she's the executive. She's Jeannie Buss of an NBA team.
Oh, okay. It's based on Jeannie.
Yeah, it's
no, it's not based on Jeannie.
Oh,
but I mean that's her position.
Influenced.
Yeah,
okay.
She's executive.
Cool. Okay.
Female.
Okay. Yeah.
Calling the shots.
Power white girl.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
It's solid. It's all right.
Yeah, it's a comedy, right?
Yeah, it's a comedy.
Oh, it's a comedy. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they knew if they made a serious show like that,
it wouldn't. We couldn't pass it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway,
that's all right. Well, the reason why the show's called The Pit is because they call that trauma unit The Pit, but it's in Pittsburgh.
Of course,
it's at a hospital in Pittsburgh. All right, it's in the building.
It's What You Watching Wednesdays, presented
in part by Slackers Sports Bar,
Saturday.
The official sports bar of In the Building. Saturday, come out and hang out with Rudy and me. Jose, if you're not doing anything, bring Helga. Y'all come have a beer with us.
I've changed my mind on the time we should get there.
Oh my God. Okay.
What do you think?
Earlier the better for this old man.
4.
4? That's fine. 4
because
to 6?
they dropped the first crawfish at 2. I want to be able to get people's feedback, so I'm thinking like about 4.
All right, I'll change that.
That's cool.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
cool.
we're good. Yeah, okay.
I think about 4. Let it kind of get the party kind of warm up.
All right, so come out, hang out with me and Rudy and Jose. You're invited to at 4:00 at Slackers on Nacogdoches Road. It is the first of their. They have every year. They have 4 or 5 like these big crawfish boils, and the first one is this Saturday at the Nacogdoches location in San Antonio. You know, I got to say in San Antonio now because we're going world. We're going national. We're going national.
Yeah.
So in San Antonio. There's a crawfish boil at a bar called Slackers. There are 5 of them in the city. And the one on Nacogdoches Road is where we would be on Saturday at 4:00, and we're going to have a crawfish boil. So come out and drink a beer and have some crawdaddies with us.
And for you Jose's of the world, your $20, your $20 not only gets you all you can eat crawfish, swag drops, all these different vendors. If you want to go ahead and stay in the building, no pun intended, you get to watch UFC 313, and it's on Slacker. So $20, all you can eat crawfish and UFC, swag drops, us, vendors.
That's it.
$20.
Yep. But if you buy tickets in advance, you have time.
15.
It's $15.
Yeah, but you got to go to Slacker Nacogdoches to get the wristband in advance. If you live over there, it makes sense. Go save the $5, and then the deal gets even sweeter.
Nacogdoches Road, San Antonio, Texas. Look it up on your phone. It is Slacker Sports Bar. See y'all on Saturday. All right. YouTube, which we are on. It's so funny this has come out because Rudy and I, not that I'm.
What's up?
We've talked about this. Nothing's imminent, but we've talked about, like, you know, different shows we might put on Love You Hard TV.
Right.
Things that we might want to do later on down the road. And we are not opposed to, like, some gambling shows.
I'm not opposed to any.
They have taken off huge.
Sex, marriage, crime.
I'll put an old lady knitting if it makes us money.
If it makes us money, we'll do it all.
Well, YouTube has started cracking down on what they're calling illegal gambling sites on YouTube. All right. So I got this in CNN today.
Same.
YouTube is cracking down on content related to gambling as sports betting and other online prediction markets have taken off in the United States. The platform announced Tuesday it will no longer allow content that directs users to unapproved gambling websites through links, images, text, logos, or even verbal references. So you can't even mention a site.
So if you and I mention an offshore account, they'll flag it.
Yes. YouTube defines unapproved gambling sites as those that don't meet local legal requirements and haven't been reviewed by YouTube or parent company Google.
Can I translate that?
Yes, sir.
For the dummies, and y'all aren't dummies. We don't know this.
Correct.
Translation: FanDuel, DraftKings, Prize Picks have said, "Hey, YouTube, we spend millions upon millions of dollars with y'all every year, and you're allowing your shows on YouTube to promote shit that's offshore or not spending money with you. Protect the people that are spending money with you, a la Prize Picks, FanDuel, DraftKings. We're the ones paying all y'all's bills. Make sure you getting all this riffraff and these offshore accounts off of your platform." And YouTube said, "You know what? You're right. Y'all do butter our bread, so to speak."
So you think YouTube's doing a bit to appease their big ball sponsors?
Because I would.
Now, Jose,
YouTube doesn't give a shit if some dude has a bookie. They're like, "Oh, all right, cool. Jose has a show where he references a couple bookies." But now if the people that butter their bread say, "Hey, that ain't right.
Right.
I'm going to pull my money and I'm going to go spend it with Amazon where they don't allow this shit."
You know what I would say? You know what? Fuck that. Here's the deal. DraftKings, if you want to monopolize YouTube, then sponsor all the gambling shows. Be sponsors of all of them. Throw them money. I'm a capitalist. This is horseshit. I agree with Rudy. This is not illegal. This is bullshit. This is a whole new category of broadcasting, and this is bully pulpitting is what this is. Yeah, I agree with Rudy. Jose does gambling shows.
Does he?
I do.
That's mostly what you find on Pub Sports Radio.
Yep.
So be careful, sir, in what y'all do on that show. What do you do? Okay, let's just give you a plug. Tell us what it is that you do all the time outside of us.
So when I'm not with you guys, obviously cheating on you guys, I produce a podcast.
No, we're your Sancho.
What the F?
Yeah, you're right.
So what is it you're doing?
But basically, there's a gambling show Tuesday through Friday on Pub Sports Radio called Betting with the Bag. This guy,
Betting with the Bag.
Yes,
okay?
this guy named Jimmy the Bag. He picks down. Yeah, it's a good name.
I'm Jimmy the Bag.
The synergy.
I got the Stone Cold Lock.
So we go over all the games of the day, and we just, he tells people what he's going to bet on. He brings on guests. They tell them what they're going to bet on, etc. And try to make money.
Okay, so Jose, year to date, what are you up or down?
So I primarily obviously bet on baseball, and that's obviously because I'm Venezuelan.
Well, so baseball season's not in.
Yes. So
okay, so 2024, what were you up or down? Roughly.
I can tell you right now, because obviously at Post Sports Radio, we like to
y'all keep track. Y'all keep track.
Keep track and let everyone know how we're doing. Very transparent. It's different than most, gambling and such, because people will try to sell you all this nonsense. But last year I was down, or excuse me, I was up 1.35 units. I bet $25 a game. So, call it like $28 maybe for the year.
So you were up $28.
Yes.
So you gambled all year to win $28.
Yes. 521, 553, and 34.
I guess that's a win.
But he had fun doing it.
But the thing is, they say a push is a win.
Well, it depends. Obviously, pushes can definitely feel like wins.
Well, if you're trying to pay your electric bill, it's not.
Right.
That's
if
true.
You're having fun. Yeah.
When you come back and you bet a -1 and you have a ninth inning walk off when you win by 1, and you don't have to pay your bookie that
they
week.
bet on baseball. That's fucking gambling.
Yeah,
I bet on spring training baseball the other day too.
You are a
spring training baseball.
You know what? Let me get all my cuss words out. You're a fucking degenerate.
Wow.
You're a degenerate.
What's the name of the show?
Betting with the Bag.
Betting with the Bag with Jose and something called Jimmy the Bag. Does he do a lot of cocaine?
No, actually.
Wow. Well,
No,
I question his legitimacy.
Come on.
What?
The action is the juice.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, the drug is the action. I get it. Yeah. Tammy's in the building. Hey, guys, happy and proud of y'all. How much success you're getting. We love how you're staying true to your authenticity through it all, too. Tammy and Rob up in Austin. Shout out to our Austin viewers. We love you hard. Ruben, bring back the drops for the radio show. Well, that's a whole – it's going to get mentioned for sure. Yeah. It's going to get mentioned for sure. And there's not a lot that I don't have a lot of power over there, right now. Let me get used to these guys and let's see who's
most of those drops are rated R. We need to bring back the drops for in the building.
Right. Tomorrow is the radio. We're working on the drops for this show, by the way, too. See, so I mean, we've got
one.
We have capability. Okay. Of all the ones we do have, that's the one
you got. That's the one you got. Jesus Christ.
We're going to add to the library. Okay. Give us a minute.
All right, cool.
Hey, man, I learned how to run our business this last 2 weeks.
You did.
I wasn't doing it. Now I am.
I wasn't either.
Money came first. Yeah, it's on there. It's coming. So just be advised. We're going to get to the drops. And I'll see I need to see what they can. I'm not even sure what kind of setup they have at the radio station. I'm assuming we can do drops. We'll talk to them. Tomorrow will be fun. All right. What else? It is in the building today. So just be careful, young Bouquet. I don't want you to get popped by YouTube because you mentioned Jimmy the Bag's offshore accounts.
Yes, yeah. No more offshores, but Rudy, you're 100% right when you say that the bigger sports books are just coming for them. They're just taking them out the legs right there.
And Mike does have the gato, by the way.
I have the gato. We just got to learn how to load it.
Yeah, Mike has it. LG didn't keep it. LG was super cool.
No, LG. No, of course
LG didn't do that.
This is as amicable. He decided to move on and do other stuff. This is as amicable as it gets. This was not as ugly as y'all wished
they
it
wanted to be. Y'all love drama. That damn what was it? The credential tweet is up to like 30,000 views because y'all love drama so much.
When I asked that man why when I mentioned that
30,000
at the NCAA didn't approve our credentials and why not? Yeah.
Well, when Mike's asking for barbecue teams, it's about 1,000. Y'all ain't shit.
I know. All right, show brought to you in part today by Texas Cheer Liquor, the official studio host. The official and new studio host of In the Building is Texas Cheer Liquor, 7 locales, 6 in San Antonio, 1 alone in Barney, Texas. You've got your own up in Barney, and at all of these locations, 5% off all things when you mention in the building. Make sure you mention in the building to make it look like their advertising is working by doing business with us. All right. So get your butts over there to any of the 7 locations. We've got the map up right now to show you all the locations in town. Get in there and tell them in the building sent you and get 5% off. And they also have monthly offerings this month.
Yeah.
We have specials. What are they?
Got the Burnett's Gin, the 1 liter, only $9.99.
Burnett's
So you need a
Gin.
little gin and tonic or a little gin called for in the recipe. Get the Burnett's. You got the Svetka half gallon, only $19.99. And those new Cuervos, the 4-pack cans, you can mix and match them. So if you get 2 or more packs, you can get 10% off. And I have a bottle of Jameson Black Barrel for you in my truck because you have to do a video with the Jameson Black Barrel.
Let's do it.
So I have it in my truck. Don't remind me to give it to you. But yeah, those Jose's showing y'all the specials right now. So
nice. Walk in there, say, in the building sent me. Point me in the direction of the March specials. And I got a brand new unopened with 2 really nice glasses. Okay.
Bottles Jameson Black Barrel, which is my favorite JMO.
Well, we should toast to our partnership with Bleav and K Alamo Radio and Anthem TV. And who else? Lord knows what else is to come.
So shout out to Texas Cheer Liquor.
All right. I want to get another punch in today.
Okay. You getting a little late punch?
Jose, do you have the video that you were sent this morning?
Yeah, I can load it up for
this
you.
is
Okay.
awesome.
Let me know when it is racked because I have another punch that I want to get to here in a minute. But while you're doing that, Rudy texted me this morning, quote, Luka, the 6'8" Steve Nash. Would you care to elaborate on that?
Yeah, let me Toro Loco, no, you can't get 5% on the specials.
That's different. Yeah,
That's
the
different.
specials, they're already on sale. So quit being cheap.
Yeah, stop it. Damn, man. I'm
They're
giving
already
you
on sale.
I'm giving you a half gallon for $19.99. God damn.
Everything else is 5%.
Right. Well, last night, LeBron and Luka LeBron had 35, Luka had 30. They both had 8 rebounds and they had 21 assists combined. So that's a fire pick. Look at that. That should be our Halloween costumes. So, and I got to look.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, and I got to looking at the Lakers last night. So for the Laker haters, everybody feels like they're not deep enough. But this is what I will tell you. When you're seeing a bunch of guys that you don't really know who they are. You're like, them dudes ain't going to be able to hang with Denver. But when you have, first of all, you have LeBron. Let's just put LeBron aside, who crossed over 50,000 points total in his career. Nobody's ever done that. Let's just put LeBron aside.
Hang on a second. You mean the 40-year-old guy that so many people love to bag on and demean his career got to 50,000 points?
Total.
How did someone as overrated as that get to 50,000 points?
Yeah,
My
you're
God.
right.
I'm
You're right.
sorry.
No, you good. That's 50,000.
I'm a LeBron apologist.
There's
but
nothing wrong with that.
I'm spitting facts.
You spitting facts. And yeah, crossed 50,000. Congrats
Yes,
to
he did.
LeBron and the James family.
The James family.
But when you have Luka, like, and the reason I said Steve Nash, when I look back at the 06, let's just go the 06 Suns.
Okay.
When he won back-to-back MVPs. Barbosa, Raja Bell, Boris Diaw, Eddie House, Sean Marion, Amari Stoudemire. What do they all have in common? Steve Nash got them paid. None of them were really the same after they left Steve Nash. Sean Marion was, but guess what? He had Jason Kidd and Dirk Nowitzki. Okay, so let's just put that to the side. Boris Diaw, pretty good with the Spurs. He wasn't what he was with Phoenix with Steve Nash. Steve Nash made everyone better. I used to call him money bags. Speaking of bags, I used to call him money bags because all he did was get guys paid. And when you have a guy like Luka, if Steve Nash was 6'8", he probably has a couple rings. Like Luka to me is a 6'8" Steve Nash. Like I think he had 15 assists last night. You think he doesn't see you, he sees you. He's able to shoot the mid-range. He could take you in the post. He could shoot the 3-ball. And oh, by the way, he makes everyone better. Everybody around him gets better, and everybody around him gets easy buckets. So while you're talking about, what's this Hajimura and Reeves and Connect, no, their level of game goes up a notch because now they just filling lanes. You're just filling the lanes. Do you know how easy it is to play with Steve Nash and Luka Doncic? Sorry, Nico Harrison. You know how easy it is to play with them?
None taken.
So it's not about, when you look at the roster outside of LeBron and Luka, you're like, oh, man, a bunch of dudes that can't do. No, they're better now because the game's so easy. Now, I remember J.R. Smith said when he got with Jason Kidd said, just run the lane. I'm going to get you an extra 8 points. And J.R. Smith's like, you already averaging 12. J.R. Smith's like, shit, I can almost average 20. I can make $30, $40 million. So I don't know, Mike. They get scarier by the night because keep in mind, Luka was hurt. So obviously, in Luka fashion, he's smoking hookah, drinking beers, and eating burgers.
That's what keeps him. That's his strength. That's his power.
He's been out of shape. He's starting to get in shape, and he's starting to look like Luka from Dallas last year. And then oh, by the way, you got LeBron still dropping 30 a night sometimes and averaging 25 points a game at 40 years old. And he's also adding 8 assists, and he's also adding 8 rebounds. I wouldn't want to have to beat them 4 times. So before you tell me that they're not deep enough, I give you LeBron James, possibly the greatest player of all time, and I give you a 6'8" Steve Nash, with the 3-ball, and they can take it in the post and shoot free throws and play mid-range. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want any part of the Lakers. And that goes for everybody. Everybody. It's getting scarier by the night because Luka's getting in shape. He's getting his rhythm back.
I think he's going to be in better shape than ever because I think
he's pissed off.
Because I think that, he's pissed off. But I also just think that out of respect, because no one has taken better care of their body
than LeBron.
Than that overrated spare, LeBron James.
He's not a spare.
I know the people that demean this man's career and what he's meant to the league just drive me nuts.
We'll miss him.
Yeah.
We're going to miss him.
No one takes better care of their body than LeBron. Have you seen him? It's ridiculous.
No, it's silly.
When the Greeks decided to build statues, they built LeBron James. So my point is that out of just respect, like Luka's never going to look like LeBron. Luka's still going to do a little. Luka's still going to hookah, and he's a beer drinker. He's a European man.
A lot better hookah spots in LA.
But I will guarantee you that Luka takes better care of his body than ever, just because he's on the Lakers and he plays with LeBron.
And he's motivated.
No offense to Dallas, but this is the Lakers, and that's LeBron. And I just think, and you throw in the motivation from the trade, he's going to wind up. By the way, what is he? Has he turned 26 yet? I think he just did. He's 26 years 26. Old. Yeah. He is going to. Dallas might as well just move to Vegas. They don't deserve a team anymore. Well, not their fans, but God, that fucking franchise.
I've heard people that follow the NBA feel like these Vegas people are deliberately sabotaging this team so they can move them.
It looks like if you were in court, those are pretty good arguments. The shit that we've seen.
I hope that's not true.
There's no way the league will let Dallas not have a team.
Right.
Well, of course, we also thought one time there's no way that the NBA will let Seattle, a city of that huge size, not have a basketball team. Man, all I could tell you is everything they've done, it's mostly self-sabotaging. It's inexplicable. They're either trying to piss off everybody in Dallas so the move to Vegas is easier, or they just don't know what the hell they're doing. And one guy who's managed to avoid the fallout, but all of a sudden the last few days, though, he's taken some shrapnel. Jason Kidd.
Why?
People are now realizing that whole, I didn't know this trade was going to happen.
Is it bullshit?
Bullshit. Man, in 1 year, I don't know that Kidd will be the coach. Harrison will be the GM. I don't know that Kyrie will be a Maverick. I don't know that AD will be a Maverick. And maybe they need to blow this thing up now that Kyrie blew his knee out.
And a lot of people may feel like Nico and Jason Kidd are partly responsible. I mean, shit happens. It's sports. But after the Luka trade, Kyrie went to number 1 in the league in minutes played.
Now, because right now kids taking shit for overplaying Kyrie.
But I mean, we can't have it both ways. We can't
say on one hand.
Yeah, we can't say on one hand, hey, I'm tired of this low management bullshit. Mm-hmm. And then Kid actually plays his star big time minutes. Right. And we say, hey, that's not right. We can't be on both sides of that fence.
Right. I'm defending Kid on the Kyrie minutes thing, but this whole I didn't know this trade was going to happen. I just coached the guys that are here. Bullshit. That I don't believe that at all.
I feel you.
All right, y'all come hang out with me on Friday too. So we got the crawfish boil Saturday. I'm going to be having a happy hour dinner from 6 to 8 p.m. at Poblano's on Houston Street, downtown San Antonio, Texas, right next door to the Majestic Theater, right across the street from the old Gunter Hotel on the corner of Houston and St. Mary's is Poblano's Mexican Restaurant and Catering. We're having a happy hour with me from 6 to 8 Friday down there. We are going to be giving away $25 gift cards. We're also going to be giving away Poblano's Fiesta medals, I've been told. And we're going to drink beer and eat tacos together. So come on, hang out with me at Poblano's Mexican Restaurant downtown on Houston Street. That's this Friday. All right, did you get that video loaded up, Holmes?
Yeah. You want to play the whole thing,
I
right?
do. So I want to get a late punch in.
I'm going to sit back. This is hilarious.
All right. Few things whip my ass as a commuter
Get comfortable. Go ahead.
in America more than douchebag cyclist guy. Don't play. Let me set this up, Jose. I have no problem with cyclists. The problem is, as you'll hear in this video, they're all a bunch of D-bags and assholes. I wouldn't be anti-cyclist if they weren't all a bunch of D-bags and assholes. There are exceptions, but most of them are douches. The video explains it all. Jose, you ready to run this? Yeah. This is last Saturday. I'm running late to the land showcase.
Are you on your phone?
Well, I was going 5 miles an hour, Rudy, so I felt like it was safe.
All right, cool. Yeah, you're right.
All right,
let's go.
I'm on a country road, one lane, no median.
What, in and out? Or is it one way?
One way.
Okay, go ahead.
In and out, both directions, but it's one lane in, one lane out. We're in the country. I'm out in the countryside. I'm 10 miles outside of Floresville, Texas.
Following coordinates.
Correct. And I'm in a traffic jam in the middle of the countryside on a Saturday, and here is why. Ass whip. I'm trying to get out to my land showcase out here outside of Floresville, one lane highway, and we're all bunched up here because of these dickheads up here on these goddamn bicycles. You know, people wouldn't hate these freaking cyclists if they weren't a bunch of assholes. If you can't get your asses out as a group and travel around without blocking cars, then you shouldn't be doing it. Pick a place where you're not in the damn way. It's bullshit. Now we all have to go around, risk our lives. Cyclists. It's not that I hate them. They're just a bunch of assholes. Oh, now they're waving us on. Oh, gee, thanks for your hospitality. What a bunch of assholes. Boo!
You booed them?
My window was down, too. Play that again.
I thought.
Go back, rack that up again.
Your window's down.
Here we go. Ass whip. I'm trying to get out to my land showcase out here outside of Floresville, one lane highway, and we're all bunched up here because of these dickheads up here on these goddamn bicycles. You know, people wouldn't hate these freaking cyclists if they weren't a bunch of assholes. If you can't get your asses out as a group and travel around without blocking cars, then you shouldn't be doing it. Pick a place where you're not in the damn way. It's bullshit. Now we all have to go around, risk our lives. Cyclists. It's not that I hate them. They're just a bunch of assholes. Oh, now they're waving us on. Oh, gee, thanks for your hospitality. What a bunch of assholes. Boo! Okay.
No, I don't look.
Cyclists
I'm okay
are
with
assholes. The majority of them.
I'm okay with cyclists, but that is a bit much when you're spread across a lane. Like, come on, dog. And you know another thing that I appreciate anybody that moves their body, right? I really do. Like, if you move your body, you're okay with me. I don't, I'm not trying to body shame anybody, but I'm a body shamer. Why is it that 1 in every 40 cyclists are the worst shaped people I've ever seen in my life? like 2 or 3 of them will be like, oh, okay, that dude, like, he's fit. But for the most part, cyclists, Manu's fit. I know the chat's like, Keto Joe, like, Manu's a cyclist. Manu's the exception, okay? He's a pickleballer too, which is another D-bag sport. Moving on. Most cyclists are built like potato sacks. Why is that?
Because they do it once a month. They don't do it enough.
And then they put on the tights.
And they go
like,
1 mile.
Like I know, I guess the tights have something in the ass and the balls to make it more comfortable. But a lot of y'all shouldn't. You gotta, like, there's steps to everything, right? Like, you got to get to where you should be before you put the tights on, dog. Like the onesie. Like, all y'all ain't supposed to be in that onesie.
No.
Y'all look stupid. Look, man, damn, I hate to do this, but a lot of y'all take some gradual steps before you get in the onesie. All right. Because we don't, and then they stop at 17 bars. I'm like, are y'all trying to get in shape, or are y'all just riding to go drink
that's the
beer?
first Friday bit. Yeah.
They're like, oh, let's stop at this bar. Like, wait a minute. I thought we were trying to get in shape. Like, I don't get off the treadmill in the morning and go pound a beer.
Right.
Graduate to the onesie.
Right. Now, look.
I don't want to see that shit. I'm sorry. Damn it.
You know what? I blame Lance Armstrong for a lot of this. Kind of like with Tiger. Tiger starts playing golf, and every black man in America is a golf fan now.
Guilty.
Lance Armstrong started kicking ass at the Tour de France, and all of a sudden now you get all these weekend cyclists out there spending $300 on their U.S. Postal Service onesies, getting $400
on a bike,
$2,000 bikes, and they do it once a month. And they drink beer all day when they get done. That's the guy I'm talking about. And then the arrogant asshole that like gets in your way and gets offended if you get close to him. If there's not a bike lane, then don't be out there. This is a country. This isn't even in the city. This is out in the country. It's one lane. If you cannot find, and there's like 30 of them. If you're going to ride in a 30-man bike troop or whatever the word is, do it where you don't stop down traffic, man.
Yeah,
and it's dangerous. That's a 70-mile-an-hour highway there, and they're going. They can't go more than 25 miles an hour.
And I don't want any of them to get ran over. I'm not asking for violence.
Exactly.
I'm not asking for them to get hurt. I don't want that.
Yeah, because I don't want to go to prison because you're in the way, and if I make one mistake because you're in my way and I hit you, I'm probably going to get negligent homicide or some shit. You know, it's the D-bag cyclist guy, the weekend cycler who goes out and doesn't obey the rules. He wants all these cars to respect him. You need to respect the cars too. It goes both effing ways. Yeah. And that was disrespectful as shit.
Sorry, cyclists. The cyclists caught strays.
It ain't all of them. Manu Ginobili, I guarantee you, has never stopped down traffic because he's an asshole.
But if he did, we'd be okay.
Well, he's Manu.
Winners get to do what they want.
Winners get to do what they want.
Sorry.
But Manu is serious. Manu goes on like 50-mile runs down
Manu
to the
and
valley.
Tim look better now than they did when they're playing.
It's a different kind of shape.
Yeah, they're skinny shape.
Yeah, it's a different kind of shape. Anyway, and I'm sure I'll get people to defend the cyclists. But I'm not saying all cyclists are assholes, but many of them are. There's a high asshole quotient. Did you see This Is 40 with Paul Rudd?
Hell yeah, great movie.
He played a douchebag cyclist.
He was built like a potato sack.
And well, yeah, he was built like a potato sack.
But he ended up being the sexiest man in America.
Well, white girls love Paul Rudd because he's funny. He's funny and charming. All right, and we'll end it. A couple of things before we get out of here. Don't forget, we got Anthem TV that begins March 17th.
Right.
Download the Anthem TV app. Go to the App Store and just put Anthem TV. Please download that. If you would rather listen to our show on Spotify or Apple, we are now on the Bleav Podcast Network, which is super cool. So support our podcast channel. Make us look good with Bleav. And I'll end with a quote in defense of LeBron James. Steve Sarkisian yesterday, Longhorns football coach, tweeted an old Kobe Bryant quote. He wrote, "Haters are a good problem to have. Nobody hates the good ones. They hate the great." LeBron James has as many haters as he has. It's fucking great. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thank you to Mikey and these guys at the Bleav Network out in L.A. Shout out to SoCal. Drew Show with a late $5. I'm pretty sure that picking up your cell phone to film this clip violates several laws. I respect the commitment to the bit. Drew, again, I was going 5 miles an hour.
What a bunch of assholes.
I wouldn't have done that. I was going more than 30. Wouldn't have done. All right, that's it. We're done. Love you hard. That's it.